So here it is, guys. This is my official review of episode 1 and 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. So the first two episodes dropped yesterday, which, in case you're not watching, or in case you're watching this at another time, was yesterday. And I've had a lot of things going on about in my mind about this TV series. Ever since they announced it, I was a little bit unsure, a little bit not scared, but a little bit worried about how they would do this because I saw Solo, and that was a really bad movie. I didn't like that at all. A very bad origin story for Han Solo, and I thought they might do the same thing for this. However, being a series, it's better in a way because they can get more in depth into the character. They can do more background and things like that. So that had it going for it, and I thought, well, got to give it a chance. Got to at least see what they do with it. When I heard that Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor were coming back into it, I thought, well, that's good. You've got some of the original cast members coming in, and a few of the original cast are in this series, which is good. And I thought, well, this could be okay. So anyway, there are going to be spoilers in this review, so please be aware of that before I go any further. If you haven't seen the first two episodes yet, pause this video right now, go and see them, and then come back. Don't stop, just pause the video, and then you'll be sure to keep in with the action. And if you are enjoying my content, please do remember to subscribe. It really does help me as a growing channel to reach more people. So if you can subscribe, that would be fantastic. Thank you very much. Okay, so episode 1. And basically, the premise is that Obi-Wan Kenobi, after the situation with the Jedi being killed off by the Empire and Anakin Skywalker being killed, he thinks, he goes and he sends the two children, the twins, Leia and Luke, shall we say, Leia and Luke. He sends one Leia to his friend who is a senator. The other one, Luke, he sends to his uncle, Luke's uncle, but he says Obi-Wan Kenobi says he's going to watch over the boy, so he goes to Tatooine, where Luke's uncle is, and he lives in the caves in the mountains, and he periodically looks in and watches over Luke Skywalker to see that he's doing okay, with the eventuality that he will be trained when he's old enough, even though the uncle Owen doesn't believe that. He doesn't want him to be trained. He doesn't want things to happen the way they happened with Anakin, which is fair enough. Anyway, so the premise is that, well, so far anyway, in these first two episodes, Leia gets kidnapped by people working for one of the Inquisitors, and Obi-Wan Kenobi has to come out of hiding and try and get her back. That is essentially the story of the first two episodes. He has to get her back. He has to rescue her. So he has to, basically become a Jedi again, even though he hasn't been one for 10 years. And it's this process of him being in hiding for 10 years and starting to come out back into society again and trying to remember his training, even though he's being hounded by Inquisitors. He is obviously a very famous Jedi. He's a very well-known Jedi, so a lot of people know him. He's trying to keep a low profile. Leia isn't helping because as she is when she's older, she's very inquisitive. She's very strong-minded, and she's very determined to get what she wants. I actually didn't quite. I quite liked these first two episodes. However, there were a couple of things which did concern me. Firstly, in some ways, they dealt with Obi-Wan Kenobi in this early sense, the way they dealt with Luke Skywalker in the final trilogy. They've kind of made him a little bit of a sop, a little bit wishy-washy, not very confident, not very certain of himself, a little bit scared, afraid. And I realise he's been in hiding for 10 years and you're going to be like that. But, this isn't um, the guy that you think he was in the movies. This isn't the Obi-Wan Kenobi who was in those original movies. Even Sir Alec Guinness in episode 4 was more confident than the Obi-Wan Kenobi we see here. He's very sure of himself. He's older, obviously more mature, but he's sure of himself. He's confident. Even when he goes and meets Vader later on for the last time, he's confident. He knows that this is going to be his final battle, but he's not scared. He's not afraid. He's not trying to run away. But this particular Obi-Wan Kenobi version is very timid almost. He doesn't want to get involved. He doesn't want to do anything. He just wants to sit there and disappear basically. That disappointed me a bit because I thought, well, okay, as the series goes on, this could change. You could become more confident. Could eventually become the Obi-Wan we know and love. But that worried me a little bit. This is going to go the same way as they did the Luke Skywalker character, but I may be wrong. We have to think about that. The special effects were very good. We see a little bit of lightsaber fighting, not too much at the moment, but a little bit. And obviously we see quite a lot of Reva, played by Moses Ingram, who is one of the Inquisitors who kind of goes rogue against the other Inquisitors because she wants Obi-Wan Kenobi and she's going to do pretty much anything she can to get him. And eventually tries to track him down, almost catches him, but then he gets away in a freighter. So that's where the second episode ends. So that's a very quick, very quick go over those first two episodes. There is a lot going on, and a lot of it is setting up the situation for later on in the series. And obviously, he learns that Anakin Skywalker isn't dead; that he's actually alive and is now Darth Vader. So he learns that for the first time in the second episode as well. I think it's quite good in some ways. I think it's the premise is quite good. I like the way that it's worked out. I think some of it is a little bit of a worry for me. I'm a bit worried about how they're going to deal with Obi-Wan Kenobi, whether they're going to make him stronger as time goes on. I hope they are, because we don't want this kind of version of Obi-Wan Kenobi like we had with Luke Skywalker. That would just be wrong. That would be sending the great image of Obi-Wan Kenobi down a peg or two, and that's not what you want. You want him to go out with a bang. If this is going to be the last time we see him, then if this six-part series is going to be it, then we want to make sure he goes out with a flourish and goes out with the dignity that his character deserves, basically. But and we only saw a little clip so far of Hayden Christensen, only a tiny bit of him so far. So we're obviously going to see more of him as time goes on, and obviously there's going to be a big battle between him and Obi-Wan Kenobi as well. So we're looking forward to that as well. But I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about these first two episodes? Do you like them? Do you think that they are building on for a good series, or do you think, like me, there's still some worries there laying in the background that I'm not entirely sure about? There's some things I'm not entirely certain of just yet, and I'm reserving my judgment as the series goes on. But I thought that I would do a review after each episode because there's a lot to unpack, and obviously I want to carry this journey with you guys throughout the series. So, but let me know in the comments what you think. It would be great